Hello and welcome along to Motorland Aragon here in the heart of Spain, the venue for round 2 of the MotoGP eSport Global Series. We've set the grid already for the Sepang International Circuit, race 3 of the championship. Now we need to set the grid for race number 4. And if you haven't seen qualifying for the Sepang International Circuit, then go watch it, because it went right down to the wire. Plenty of drama ahead of the race. Tomorrow evening, Friday night from 7:30, well worth tuning in. And if you didn't see our opening round of the series in Misano just a week ago, then let's bring you right up to speed with exactly what happens. That man right there, the number 11 of Andrew ZH, won the first race at Mugello, but he sits second in the championship to the man that was just on your feature, Christian MM17 aboard the Suzuki, after he picked up race 2 victory at the Red Bull. This is our two-time champion Trastevere, currently sitting 4th in the series. We'll be hoping for slightly better returns than what he had at the Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli a week ago. 3rd place and 4th place, some good consistency there, but having picked up the World Championship in 2017 and 2018, he will have his eyes set on race wins rather than podiums. Andrew ZH, that man right there, is possibly going to be a tough man to beat this weekend. He's shown great form in free practice around this Motorland Aragon circuit, so it'd be no surprise if he's to pick up pole position here, but there's still plenty of pressure heaped onto these qualifying sessions, just as much as we see in the race, because if Misano is anything to go by, we saw both pole men go on to take victory. It allows them just to escape any trouble in the opening laps, just like this man did at Mugello. Starting from pole position, got a good start and was able to hold off Christian MM17 and Trastevere, despite both of them piling on the pressure throughout the 10-lap race. A slightly shorter lap here than what we saw at Sepang, so possibly a few more opportunities to try and grab pole position. Here's Christian MM17, our series leader, 12 points better off than Andrew ZH with 2 of the 6 races completed. But with double points up for grabs in Valencia once we get to the final round of the MotoGP World Championship, it is going to go right down to the wire regardless of results here in Aragon on Friday. Starts the first flying lap and a big tank slapper for the series leader, and he's crashed out in spectacular style there. Not the start that he would have wanted, so as a result he's certainly not going to set a marker in this one. Meanwhile, everybody else will get an opportunity, aside from Eligos 555, Juan NH aboard the KTM, and Wimp. You can see the exclamation mark to the left of their names on the left-hand side of your picture there, just indicating the fact that they have exceeded track limits. So as a result, the lap has been cancelled this time around. Andrew ZH has gone red in that first sector, as has Adrian DP26 aboard the factory Suzuki as well. So we'll stay on board with Andrew ZH. Red, understandably, with everybody else setting first markers in that second sector as well. Trastevere, the world champion, he's gone down as well. That's 2 of the big favourites crashing out early in this one. Laps with it only being a 15-minute session are crucial as well. Wimp has gone down now as well. His lap was already cancelled because of track limits, so not as important as the crashes for Trastevere and for Christian MM17 as well. We flick into the final corner now. The double apex left-hander start to wind it up. You can just hear them applying the gas slowly but surely. The rear wheel trying to kick out, but he just about keeps it under control as Andrew ZH. And he sets the opening marker, a 1:44, but immediately bettered by this man, Adrian DP26. Almost half a second clear at a 1:43.6. Moe's gone down in the final sector, so he won't. I know he did set a lap, so he must have crashed, having just crossed the line. Sits there 4th at the moment with 1.6 seconds off the pace. That won't be good enough to challenge for the front row, especially now that the Aprilia of Rioja has gone 3rd fastest. We'll just wait for Moreira to come across the line. He jumps up to 4th, now taken by Bomber 45 aboard the Petronas Yamaha. So quite a difference between the laps we're seeing in this opening part, but Adrian DP26, the man to set the pace so far at a 1:43.640, just half a second away, or just under half a second if you want to be precise, is Andrew ZH, this man right here. Oh no, they were on board with the Aprilia of Rioja, currently occupying the outside of the front row with just over 10 minutes remaining. Currently 10th in the series is Rioja, after picking up 2 10th place finishes, the epitome of consistency for this man at the opening round. The Spaniard, who isn't taking place in the MotoGP eSport Championship for the first time as a number 37. He was 9th in the 2018 final. So he does have experience of competing under the bright lights of the Global Series. This man, Wimp, however, is one of the rookies. The man from Belgium had a great start to his Global Series by bagging a front row start for the opening race at Mugello. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to convert that into a podium finish. In fact, he's currently sitting in 11th in the standings. He slipped all the way back from 3rd on the grid back to an 11th place finish in race number 1, a crash. In fact, I think he did a couple of crashes. If memory served me right, certainly didn't help his cause in converting a front row start into a top 5 finish. So we're hoping to try and stay rubber side down in both races at Sepang and Aragon by the time we get to Friday evening. Comes across the line, and that's a superb lap from the Belgian. The rookie goes up to 2nd place, just 65/1000ths of a second adrift of the pole setter. This is a good lap coming from Christian Emmons, 17er, but it drifts away in the final sector. He'd gone red in sector 1, 2 and 3, but lost a heap of time in that final sector, which means he's a 1/4 of a second away from his brother Adrian DP 26, and currently sits in 3rd place with 8.5 minutes remaining. But a great lap coming in from Wimp on the Tech 2 KTM. Super stuff from the Belgian rookie. And that will stand at his best qualifying of the Global Series so far after taking 3rd place for the race in Mugello last time out. He has qualified superbly well. He was on the 2nd row of the grid for the race at the Red Bull Ring as well, but on both occasions wasn't able to convert it into a good finish. 9th at the Red Bull Ring. Again, I think he just got caught out on the opening lap. It was fairly hectic on the opening lap though at the Red Bull Ring as they went to the first corner, the right 90-degree right-hander. It was a bit of a lottery draw as to who came out on top of that one, and unfortunately Wimp didn't have the best numbers when the lottery draw came in, which meant he was demoted to the back of the field. We've got a crash for Ellie goes 5.55 aboard the Repsol Honda. Another man hasn't really started his Global Series as he would have liked to. We're on board with Trastevere, who's gone red in the 1st sector and in the 2nd as well. The rear wheel was just trying to kick out there as he went through the penultimate of the chicanes. Now into the final one. We've gone past the famous Aragon wall here. Now onto the monstrous near 1 kilometre long back straight. The Yamaha of Trastevere having crashed out during that opening flying lap. This will be the first time that he's set a lap. It's just faded away. Possibly that moment on the rear wheel has cost him some time there. So he's gone orange in sector 3. We're just waiting to see him come across the line now. Out to the final corner. We'll try and use as much road as possible on the right-hand side. Comes across the line, and it's good enough for 3rd place. Good enough for the front row at the moment for Trastevere. Just over a 1/10 of a second adrift of Adrian DP 26. Here comes Juan NH, crosses the line and sets a lap for the first time. 8th place for the KTM man as he looks to back up a podium finish in race number 2 in Austria last time out. So 6.5 minutes remaining. Who is going to improve? Well, possibly this man. You can see the tricolour above his helmet, the green, white and red of Andrew ZH. The Italian, the youngest man in the field at 18, a race 1 winner last time out at Mugello. Red in the 1st sector, so we'll stay on board with him. Currently 5th at the moment. His qualifying so far has been pretty impressive. He's not been outside of the front row in races 1 and 2. Oh, but he's made a mistake just in front of the Aragon wall. He's run wide. That means despite going red in the 1st sector, this lap will be cancelled. It won't be good enough to get him onto the front row. So a mistake costing him dear there. The young Italian, just 18 years of age. But again, not competing in the MotoGP eSport Championship for the very first time. He was on the podium in 2018, 3rd place, then riding for Yamaha, now made the switch across to Ducati. We'll be hoping to go 1 better, well, 2 better to be precise, having finished 3rd in 2018. Down pit lane he comes, he's got 5.5 minutes remaining. He'll stick some brand new soft rubber into the rear of that Desma Sedici. We're on board with Moe, the Indonesian, 6th at the moment. Doesn't look like this lap is going to be good enough to improve. It's 1/2 a second adrift. I think he'll take a 2nd row spot. No, it won't be good enough because he's going to come down pit lane, as is everybody else, to stick some fresh rubber at the rear to have one last go at it to see if he can topple the lap time set by the Suzuki of Adrian DP26. Here is the 22-year-old Spaniard making his way out of pit lane. A 2017 semi-finalist and a 2018 finalist. The four-man coming into the Global Series, having been fastest in 5 of the 6 online challenges, but wasn't able to convert that form into any race wins first time out, both at Mugello and then at the Red Bull Ring as well. Wimp's back out on track as well with some fresh rubber. Currently second and looking to go one better by going red in that first sector. It's a great start to this lap from the Belgian rookie. Moe's crashed out, as has Juan in H16 as well. So having put fresh rubber into the rear wheels of both machines, they've crashed out, possibly on their out lap, because I think they only went down pit lane a few moments ago, so won't have that much of a detrimental effect on their flying laps. Bomber 45 has gone down as well. You can see all of the guys now with less than 4 minutes remaining just starting to push. Certainly Wimp is pushing as well because he's gone red in sector 2. He's only got 65 1,000ths of a second to find. He's got the pole man in front of him who kindly moves to one side to allow the Belgian rookie through the penultimate of the chicanes. Into the final one now. We'll get an indication through this third sector. Will it be good enough to go red or will it be orange? Is he on course for pole position here? It's just drifted away ever so slightly. But he was good in the final sector last time around to close in to within 65 1,000ths of a second. Down the back straight. It'll be hard on the brakes ever so shortly before then flicking it left into the final corner. Clips the apex on the inside. Just runs ever so slightly wide and then hooks it on the inside as he starts to power it down towards the start-finish line. Is it good enough for pole position? No, it's not. He closes in. Manages to find a further 45 thousandths of a second, but he's still just 200ths of a second away from that 143.640 set by Adrian DP26. If we look down the order, Eligos 555 is on an improving lap time, but that's only because he's yet to set one. Where will that put the Repsol Honda man? Up to 5th, middle of the front, second row, sorry, for the Spaniard. That means he's bumped Moe down to row number 3. It's a good first sector put in by Andrew ZH aboard the Ducati, but we know what happened to him last time he did that. He ran wide, exceeded track limits, and his lap was cancelled. We're hoping to keep inside track limits this time around and at least bump himself up onto the front row and keep his 100% record. Just about to go through sector 2. Oh, and it's gone grey. He's made a mistake somewhere, which means that he's lost a shed load of time. He's about half a second away, so this definitely won't be good enough for pole position. The pole man Adrian DP26 is on a flying lap, but 2 grey sectors means it's unlikely for him to improve. Juan NH is on an improving first sector, as is Moe as well. And Trastevere, importantly, has gone red in sector 1. So the factory Yamaha man and red in sector 2 as well. Oh, this is a good lap coming from the Italian, the 2-time world champion, yet to pick up a pole position in 2019. Could this be his moment? We're going to see Andrew ZH across the line with now 1.5 minutes remaining. Into the final corner is the 18-year-old. He's gone orange in that second sector and he manages to find just a 1/10 of a second to go 5th. So Andrew ZH up to the middle of the second row. But let's go on board with Trastevere. Here he is, the Monster Energy Yamaha man. Red in sector 1, red in sector 2, red in sector 3. If he can keep it nice and tight in this final sector, surely this is going to be good enough for a first pole position of 2019 for the 2-time world champion. He comes across the line and does take pole position by over a 1/10 of a second, a 1:43.511. That is a superb lap coming from Trastevere. There's still just under a minute remaining for anybody to try and reply. Adrian DP26 had just come across the line to start his final flying lap, but he's exceeded track limits, so that is that from the 22-year-old Spaniard. Wimp, meanwhile, can the Belgian rookie spring a surprise here and steal pole position away from Trastevere? Let's see what he's like through that first sector. Incidentally, he is following Trastevere. He's got a great marker, and he's putting it to good use because he's gone red in sector 1. So the Belgian rookie aboard the Tech 3 KTM. We'll keep an eye on him in the back of the picture because it's a superb first sector. But obviously with Trastevere as his marker, if he's not closing in on him, it means that Trastevere, despite going grey in that first sector, is on a fairly good lap himself. So it's going to go right down to the wire between these two men. The number 97 of Wimp and the number 73 of Trastevere. Pole position will be decided between these two men. Trastevere's exceeded track limits. That's it, game over for him. Wimp has gone grey in the second sector, so he's possibly just lost a little bit of time. Can he find it somewhere in the second half of the lap? Christian MM17, meanwhile, it's not over him as well. Oh, he's just exceeded track limits there as Wimp. Onto the green stuff through that final chicane means that it's over for him. So the only man that could find a pole position lap is Christian MM17, or Juan NH as well. Well, that would be a surprise. He's 1.1 seconds off, but he's gone red in the first sector. Christian MM17 on an improving lap in sector 2. He's got just under 0.4 of a second to find with the checkered flag now out if he wants to take pole position. We're on board with the Suzuki man, right and then left through this final chicane before he tucks in down the 1 kilometre long back straight. 12 points his advantage in the Global Series. He took pole position in Austria before converting that into a win last time out. He's grey in sector 3, so he's possibly just lost a little bit of time. It does look unlikely at the moment, but we'll see him across the line. Will it be pole position or will it be a front row start for Christian MM17? He comes across the line, doesn't improve. So the only man now that can improve is Moe. He's gone grey in sector 3 though, so it looks like it's over for him. He comes across the line and doesn't improve, so pole position for the first time in 2019 goes the way of the reigning defending champion Trastevere. Is that the sort of result that can get his 29 campaign back on track? He's got 16 points to find tomorrow evening to try and chip away at our series leader Christian MM17. That is a much needed pole position for the factory Yamaha man. He'll be joined on the front row by Wimp, a best qualifying result of 2019 for the Belgian. Superb performance from him. And Adrian DP's 26 will complete that front row from second place. So let's run through the order then. Trastevere 143.511 with his final flying lap. Good enough to take pole position. Over a 1/10 of a second clear of the Suzuki of Adrian DP 26. The KTM of Wimp will be there in third before Christian MM17 front row number 2 ahead of Andrew ZH and the Repsol Honda of Eligos 555. The LCR Honda of Moe is 7th with Rioja and Juan NH joining him on row number 3. And completing the grid will be Bomber 45 aboard the Petronas Yamaha and the 2 Ducatis of Mr. TFTW and Mireia.